Great. It's one of my favorite stories to tell about advocates who did it just perfectly, just really did it right. And it was the first meeting that I organized for Ai-jen Poo and the National Domestic Workers Alliance at the Department of Labor. Um, they first led the meeting with workers like Gail telling their stories. And so a lot of policy people, as Cecilia said, who love their policy work, and we want them to be really good at their policy work. So we're not dissing policy nerds here. We love policy nerds. But the fact that these workers began the meeting with talking about what it's like to be a domestic worker, what it's like to try to stand up for your rights, as Gail was speaking about, when it's in someone else's home and there's no one else, right, who's helping you navigate that, where you might not even feel like you have the right to take a meal break, even if the law says that you could. And so it just set the tone for the entire meeting of like, this is what this is really about. This matters. Everyone perked up and really paid attention. Secondly, they brought experts on the Fair Labor Standards Act. They had an amazing team of a professor, Munira Ahmed, and students from the Yale Law Clinic who had very carefully researched what the FLSA said, what the regulations said, what the sub-regulatory language said. And then, right, and so the career folks in the room, their eyes lit up. They were like, oh my God, they speak FLSA. They felt respected and they could really engage with them in a serious way. It was a brilliant move. The third was that they made really informed, specific asks. They had this PowerPoint where they said, you could change this sub-regulatory language, and this is what we would like you to do, right, to protect us. And they even were so sophisticated as to say, but if you can't do that, you could do this. So they were also very concretely giving options and conveying, right, with respect. We want you to solve the problem. We're not saying there's only one way to do it. And then finally, number 4, they ended with thank yous and relationship building, and thank yous and relationship building that existed beyond that meeting.